Have you ever heard a phrase and instantly knew where it came from?
Oh, Zoom, poor Zoom. Happy feet, wombo combo.
You have anything you want to say to the people?
Might be.
The Melee community has established a culture around a 20-year-old party game that draws new players in to this day. Through modernization, through a pandemic, through ups and downs, Melee is eternal. How is that possible? In my mind, there can be only one word to summarize Melee: Genesis. A very crucial piece to the puzzle of how a community can flourish lies in how its biggest events perform. Does it draw a large audience? Are the biggest names in the brightest lights? Does it capture the imagination of someone out there who says, "Wow, that was so sick"? For the Smash community, and especially the Melee community, Genesis has submitted the most amazing moments into the game itself. Genesis goes all the way back to 2009. In a few months, it will host its 8th event after having to postpone from the original end of January weekend. We are all here to celebrate the history of Genesis, including the players who shine the brightest on the stage of Top 8, Championship Sunday. My tag is Cypher003, and this is Genesis Top 10 Moments. I don't do graphic design. A few rules. Despite the respect I have for other Smash games and so on that have been at these super majors, I will be focusing just on Melee. Make your own list, go nuts. Specifically, I will be focusing on top 8 performances and giving only one moment per player. That's right, Armada is already shaking his head somewhere because of course he would have multiple spots on this top 10, but it do be that way sometimes. Oh, and I'm sorry to doubles bracket, but this is just for singles bracket. Number 10, Zoo at Genesis 1. Get that wombo combo video out of your head. Zoo is ranked as the 28th best Melee player of all time. That is a top 28 player you're disrespecting. Ahem. Maybe 290 singles competitors showing up to Genesis 1 is not exactly what you would call a super major, but at the time, no other tournament in Melee's lifetime boasted that many entrants. All the top names, and soon-to-be top names, would make their presence felt in sunny California. So, where does Zoo come in? After losing to Da Shiz Wiz in winners, Zoo had to play into top 8 with no margin for error. Everyone would have called tied for 7th a great performance, but Zoo showed that he still had a lot of Melee left on the sticks. In Game 1 versus Hax, Zoo 2-stocked him. In Game 2, he sent the young Falcon main home with another 2-stock. But in losers quarters, Zoo did this. Zoo shocked everyone in the room by taking Game 1 over Mewtwo King. But surely that would be it, right? M2K counterpicked character and stage to force Game 3 with a solid 3-stock win. But then...
Boy, Zoo, Music King is out.
Zoo won Game 3 to advance to loser semis. After forcing Game 5 against Hungrybox in loser semis, that would end Zoo's moment for Genesis 1, but it lives on as an amazing underdog victory versus Mewtwo King. Speaking of Mewtwo King, number 9, Mewtwo King at Genesis 4. It's always hard to contextualize where exactly M2K's priorities are from tournament to tournament, but one thing we can all agree on: no one, especially the robot, wants to miss out on top 8 at Genesis 3 because of something like this. Mewtwo King would not let the same result happen at Genesis 4, where he would tear through the final bracket without dropping a game en route to top 8 winner's side. Here he would face Plup, and after losing Game 3, was down in the set 2 games to 1. Where was M2K's mentality in this spot? Let's ask the man himself.
Yeah, that was pretty good, Cypher.
0033. I'm sorry for trying to interact with chat, although it sidetracks me.
Insightful. M2K would win Game 4 in a last stock situation instead of accepting defeat.
I don't know if I like him going. It's an easy. And yeah.
It's 2-2.
Yeah, here we go.
Future King's still alive.
Still alive.
First game 5.
First game 5. 3-0 game 5.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
After losing Game 5 to Armada in winners finals, M2K would lose to Mango in losers finals, but exiting at third is still Mewtwo King's best placement at a Genesis Melee bracket. But it's not his best placing at a Genesis bracket. Oh yeah, he got that variety game on lock. Number 8, Taj at Genesis 2. In the most anticipated sequel tournament in all of Melee history, the question was whether or not a rematch of Genesis 1 Grand Finals between Mango and Armada would happen. From the start of pools, Mango made it clear who he was here to play.
Splash! That was wet.
He was on a tear leading up to Taj in winter semis. An easy opponent for Mango to rip to shreds and get his prized matchup versus Armada in winners final.
Okay, Taj. Okay. He's styling. We got last stock. Taj trying to get that 2-1 lead, baby. Mango on the other side trying to get that lead as well so he can be in one of his finals. Uh-oh. Oh! No! What the fuck happened? Taj won and the projector went out. Damn.
After winning Game 3, being down 3 stocks to 1, Taj pulled off one of the greatest upsets in Melee history. Against a truly daunting opponent, Taj did not give up.
Oh, that's it. Taj beat him. Swear. Damn. What the fuck, yo? What the fuck? That was crazy. We got Taj in winners finals. Ain't that some shit?
Finishing third, Taj would fall to Armada in winners finals and Mango in the rematch in losers finals. We don't have to talk about it.
A pocket controller, dog. A pocket controller.
Number 7, Leffen at Genesis 5. Leffen would start off 2018 with a strong run to winners semis. That is, until Hungrybox happened. But what happened next would change the trajectory of the tournament. Leffen dropped into losers quarters, where Mango was waiting for him. Would this be the same outcome of Genesis 4, where these spacey specialists had one of the most ridiculous losers quarters Game 5 results ever?
And that's it. Down there every day of the week.
Honestly, Leffen played so well. These two players took each other to their limit and beyond.
Oh my God, Leffen is going to get the up there.
Yes! Leffen
Wow.
ending it in Game 5. And Leffen's going to move on to face Armada.
Decidedly not. After beating Mango, Leffen would face off against Armada in loser semis and make sure that Mango versus Armada would fail to happen 5 times in a row at Genesis by beating Armada 3 games to 1.
And Leffen taking it in dominant fashion.
Yo.
And even though he lost to Hungrybox in losers finals, Leffen finished at third and put everyone on notice that Genesis would never be the same again. Number 6, Axe at Genesis 6. 2019 was going to be a different year for Axe. And in the first Super Major of the year, Axe got his first chance to prove it, although maybe not in the way that he drew it up. After losing to S2J in winners, Axe's road to top 8 turned into a mountain to climb. He had to beat Kalamazoo, Rishi, and Zain, just to even make top 8.
He goes on stage, but he says, psych!
Wow.
I gotcha!
But when he started top 8, Axe looked even more dominant, taking out Ginger, Pew Pew U, Amsa, before facing off against Plup in losers finals. No one in the room dared to imagine Axe winning this set. Why? Because ever since 2016, Axe would lose to Plup in every single set they played in brackets. why would 2019 and Genesis 6 be any different? Okay, so what if Axe won Game 4? It's Plup's counterpick, and he has seen great success on this stage. What chance does a party hat rat have?
What opener is he looking for?
He wants a run-up jab. He wants jab into forward air. Yes, he gets him on the way down. He hunts Axe going to the ledge where he's the most comfortable.
Ooh, double jump!
This is bad, and Plup double jumping between stocks.
Axe stole the ledge and the set away from Plup. Even though Axe did not win Genesis 6 in Grand Finals, there would be other summits to ascend later in the year. But check out Turn Down for Walt's Axe documentary for that amazing story. So, who did Axe lose to in Grand Finals? Number 5, Hungrybox at Genesis 6. Okay, so just now, we were all remembering the pinnacle of Axe's losers run to Genesis 6 Grands, and that he lost this set to Hungrybox. Guess I'm not cut out for storybooks just yet, but think about this. Hungrybox placed 3rd at Genesis 1, 4th at Genesis 2, 3rd at Genesis 3, 4th at Genesis 4, 2nd at Genesis 5, and finally sat in Grand Finals, winner's side, at Genesis 6. After having won so many other tournament series and been ranked number 1 in the world, let's just say this was overdue, and nothing encapsulated HBox's determination than this moment in Game 3.
That's 7.
Axe is not committing. Did he not think about it?
Oh, he put it all on black. He put it all on.
Axe gave Hungrybox a good scare, but HBox would take Game 5 to finish the tournament without dropping a set, winning his first Genesis. Number 4, Zain at Genesis 7. How is it possible for a player to win such an important tournament despite having never appeared in a previous Genesis Top 8? If I had to guess, it was probably because of the Mogul Moves sponsorship. Okay, that or more likely because Zain beat Hungrybox, Mango, and Hungrybox again in Grand Finals.
Catch him with the up air, going real high.
Oh, that's gonna be it! Zain! And Zain takes Genesis 7 to his first time on the big stage versus a veteran Hungrybox, the number 1 player in the world for years, and Zain, the newcomer, the player that Mango's looking out for. Everyone knows that Zain is a problem now. If he plays like this, we're in a new world, Tope.
We're in a new world. If you didn't know, now you know.
What a pop-off. Number 3, Plup at Genesis 5. For the first 4 Genesis tournaments, Mango would face off against Armada. And this Genesis did not appear to be any different. That is, until Plup beat Mango to make Top 8 winner's side. Perhaps Mango will always be relegated to make Grand Finals from losers, so that isn't new, but what about Armada in losers?
You know Armada had like a plan for that, like to...
Oh, yeah.
He's dead! Oh my God!
He kicks it!
Oh my God!
After lightning kicking Armada 3-0, Plup would 3-1 Hungrybox in winners finals and wait for whoever came out of losers, but history had already been made. No Mango versus Hungrybox at a Genesis Grand Finals for the first time. To change the meta even more, it was Hungrybox who marched back up from losers to take on Plup in Grands. The energy in the room was overwhelmingly in favor of Plup. Until now, Plup had not won an event like this, but Hungrybox wouldn't let Plup walk away with first place by 3-0ing Plup in the first set of Grands, and even going up 2-1 in the second set. But Plup would not be denied, winning the last 2 games and writing his name, Pulp, something like that, into Genesis immortality.
Plup is one neutral win away from winning this tournament.
He can feel it.
So is Hungrybox.
Oh my God! Yeah, so is Hungrybox. Oh my God!
Wait,
he hit the tech. He hit the tech of champions.
That might do it.
That's it. That's it. Plup wins Genesis 5. Oh my God!
Wow.
The crowd is going wild.
Oh man.
Is this it? Plup. Oh my
He
God!
didn't DI that up throw. That's wild.
How did?
Yo, congratulations to Plup.
What?
And Mewtwo King. Put the camera on him, dude. Mewtwo King is lifting up
Yeah,
Plup.
he's lifting my man.
Oh my goodness. Plup.
Leffen coming up
And
to him.
Leffen.
Yo, everybody congratulate. Even Mango. All of them showing love.
All of them love it. Everyone is on their feet.
Number 2. You really want to know if Mango or Armada got number 1, huh? How about a tie? Okay, I'm kidding.
I think that's it.
I know you're bringing that. That's the West Wing.
Oh, what the heavens? Oh no! I see.
Oh, God, be on Mango's side, yeah. And in reality? Yeah, Dream's dead. Armada bumps his fist. Mango puts his head down. The only person to congratulate him. It's rare you see Mango look defeated. But that was a great, That was great. That was wonderful.
But it doesn't matter.
And this is it. Last stop of Genesis 4.
Yes. Oh, wow. Armada with all the offense. Trying to dash that Mango on stage. We're not down smashes.
This is uncancel. Armada will punish.
Armada's pressure breaks, his watching the stage are just so clean. Randall said, hey, let me make this even more difficult for you, Mango. Mango's on the last leg right now. Oh, my God. Down smash gets 2 hits. There, that's going to be it. That was the quickest grand finals I have seen. Shoutouts to Armada, making it look easy.
Super duper congratulations to Alliance Armada. What a monster.
If you ask most of the community what they thought about Armada winning Genesis 4 by thumping Mango in Grand Finals 3-0, they would tell you it was rather anticlimactic. Even the YouTube comments refer to Armada saving them time for extra sleep. Yeah, right, they stayed up late anyway. Here's another angle. Armada won his first US tournament thanks to Genesis 2 over Mango. He won Genesis 3 over Mango after the tournament series had come back from 5 years of hiatus. And he won Genesis 4 over Mango in such dominating fashion that it looked like no one would ever take the tournament over him again. This three-peat is very demonstrative of why Armada is frequently looked upon as Melee's most dominant player of all time. And yet...
Mango takes it to a second set. He's got a great shot because of the crowd and everything. He'll have a lot of momentum if he can get it to a second set.
He can just take this match.
Yeah.
He just needs that momentum.
He needs something. Armada's just been sucking the life.
Mango's got to get a solid lead. He's never had a solid lead.
He's playing from behind.
He's been playing for He's not used to doing that.
I can't even tell you what's wrong. It's just Mango's being outplayed.
Yeah, seriously.
I think that's it.
He's not playing bad at all.
He's just being outplayed. Like this floor air and shit.
Come on, Mango. Come on, Mango. USA! 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 Everyone's yelling. It's so hype. Come on, Mango! 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 Oh boy, brought it back. Last minute.
Really got Mango back into it.
There you go.
Sorry, Armada. Mango reversing his fortunes at Genesis 1 Grand Finals using the read of his life and winning the tournament has to be number 1. Believe me, the gargantuan accomplishment of Armada winning 3 Genesis tournaments in a row does come close. Even other moments had insane hype, but never has there been a more electric juncture in Genesis history than the Game 4 rest. If not for Mango's Genesis 1 victory, we don't know how Melee would be different, but it is the biggest what if in Melee's life. As we all look forward to Genesis 8 in April, please consider donating to the Genesis Assist Fund. Postponing the event was a very necessary but expensive decision made by the tournament organizers. Any amount that you give will help ensure that moments like these will live on and give way to new moments for another 20 years. Thank you for watching.